Okay, radio check, radio check.
Oh, it's okay.
Hello
Okay,
guys,
here we go.
welcome back to
No
another
overthinking.
video.
Don't let it get
Today
you.
is an interesting one as we have 35 laps around the Canadian GP, around Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, I guess. I don't know how you pronounce that, the last part, but yeah, 35 laps. We hop straight into it. Now, I don't know if you guys like the formation laps. I do it within the race just as a quick little warm up and also to get a better understanding of the track and my break points. But moving on from that, if you guys want to let me know if you do enjoy the formation laps, you let me know in the comments below and I'll either include them in my
Race forecast, just
next
over 10 minutes
videos
flight.
or I won't
Over
include
10
them.
minutes.
And that solely depends on you guys. Anyway, I do not have the recording. Again, I don't know what is happening with my recordings for the qualifyings. They just keep on disappearing. But I got a P9 on the qualifying. So we are starting towards, I would say, the back of the pack, or the middle of the pack here. Just behind Ocon and in front of Stroll. I really despise Stroll. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. I really don't think Stroll should be a driver. But besides that, this race was an interesting one as there was a threat of rain, I believe, halfway into the race, and that caused a lot of costed a lot of people a lot of time. But we pushed through it, put a lot of effort into this race, trying to warm up the tires here. As you can see, I'm taking it slow here, trying to warm up the tires. I did have, I believe, a few moments in this race where it was not going to my liking. But honestly, this track is new to me, and I try to learn it throughout the practices. Those I did off camera to get my strategy and my strategy, my tire management, and my track acclimation ready. As you can, I'm going very slow right here. I don't know why I am, and I get a
Nice and
good
parky.
parking
Let's try
there
and get a good launch. That's the lights.
as we are about to start the race. As soon as the
Okay, so that's the rest of
forming
the
of the
grid
grid
forming up
comes to an
now. Be
end.
patient and watch for those lights.
So now we begin the race. 35 laps, like I said again, 35 laps, and there is a threat of rain in this race. So as you see, I don't get the best of launches out, but I do manage to hold the inside line against Stroll. I give Ocon a slight tap on the rear there, and I think I get an overtake executed here. Now in P8, I am behind Russell Ocon. I just passed him, and as you can see, my rival up there, Piastri, and Lando, all the way in P2, as you'll see right here. I think you can see a clip of him right there, right in front of Hamilton. I have a slight moment there with some oversteer. I'm just getting on the power a little too early on that part of the track. Now, when it came to these turns, I, I was struggling a lot on this race. Uh, there are quite a few chicanes and points where you really need to slow down a lot, and you come out guns blazing with full throttle. But I really try to set a good pace to keep up with the other drivers. So as you can see, we all maintain somewhat of a, as you see Russell right there trying to go for the pass, but he ends up backing out. I come in, just take a nice line. I did set the, I believe I did set the, I think it was last race on the
DRS enabled.
Barcelona GP. I did set the track limits to a more strict setting, and also the driver rating is a lot higher now. So the bots are going to be a lot more aggressive. They're going to put a lot of time into their pace now. So their times are going to come down significantly. Right here, this is a corner that I had to struggle a lot on. I sometimes
Right,
would
need to
go
get past you. Use
too
overtake. Use
fast
overtake.
through the corner, pushing me out wide for the next consecutive corner coming up. And I would also get up onto the curb and over accelerate in the process of trying to get a better pace, eventually leading to a spin out. So fast forward to lap 4, I now overtook Sainz and Russell in the previous laps, and now I'm behind the two McLaren drivers, my two rivals, Norris and Piastri, up in front, P5 and P4. I believe it is Alonso in P3 and Hamilton in P2. Honestly, I was trying to get past Norris here, trying to get as close to him as possible without hitting him, getting that warning from the FIA. They're very, I think we all know they're very strict about their rules. Um, yeah, I used some overtake here, and the DRS to try to commit to the overtake. He has the inside line, but I knew I had more speed on him in the straight, so I overtake Norris with ease. And I'm pretty sure all of you have seen that clip where Norris goes to the inside of Piastri, as Piastri has P1 in real life around the Canadian Grand Prix. And he just absolutely destroys his car, going nowhere because there's no space on the inside of Piastri. And right here, as you can see, I have a little moment as I don't brake enough. I'm late on the brakes. And I go wide, compromising my time and my exit. Right here as well, I kind of get a little, I lose some traction. I lose some traction because I over accelerated in that corner. And as I said, that'll be a key thing in this race. You will see me do it a lot. I try to fix it. I try to get as much traction as I can on that corner, but it just doesn't happen as this car has a lot of power, and I am on the hards too, as well as everybody else here. I chose to go on the hards first. I believe that was the strategy, hards, and then finishing on mediums. I believe it was hards, hards, and then medium. I believe. I do not remember. Maybe that was it. As you can see, I'm catching up to Piastri here. The gap now going down to about almost half a second. It's still, it's climbing up now, but around half a second as I can get these consecutive turns right. As you can see there, half a second. Just pull on him. Now later in that same lap, the goal popped up to overtake Piastri before lap 11. So I was like, okay, let's do it here. Let's try to maneuver here. I go wide, I go deep into that corner, and I come back on the inside, and I actually get the overtake done on Piastri. Mindful that this corner is right here, you'll see me a couple times in the race. I lose concentration and focus, and I end up sliding or going too wide up to my struggle corner here, and I managed to get it pretty well in that corner, just not fast enough on the exit, but I mean, I'll end up fixing that. But you'll see me a couple times struggling to get through that corner again. Now behind Alonso in P4, I believe. I am P4, yes. Alonso in P3 and Piastri, the two McLaren boys behind me, my rivals, which is good for this race. Now my engineer in the paddock tells me that my tire wear is lower than usual, so he asks if I want to stay out, and I just stick to the current plan because it has happened before where I have deviated from that plan and it has ruined my race significantly. Now, still behind Alonso, I'm catching up to him ever so slightly. As you can see, clouds forming in the background of the race. So as you can see, the threat of rain is creeping up on us here. And that unfortunately, I am not good in the rain, racing in the rain. That's one of my one of the points where I really need to work in. That is one of the I guess skills I need to work in is racing in the rain. A lot of the times I lose traction or I'm fidgeting with my, oh there you go, there's another spin right there, or loss of traction, and I end up losing position to Piastri. He gives me a little tap on the front as a thank you for spinning out. And I think I will return the favor. If not going into the back of him, I think overtaking him. But, what was I saying? Oh yes. In the rain, I tend to spin out a lot, and that's due to me either fidgeting with my wheel, going back and forth, left and right, and it ends up spinning my car around, or it's just a loss of traction because we're racing in the wet. And then also another thing is my G29 pedals are now glitching due to the wire being a little, I guess, snapped, I guess, on the inside. So my accelerator will be a little fidgety, or it'll start just messing up. It'll create a lot of time loss because my wheel just does not want to push the gas all the way. So I tested it out in Gran Turismo. Let me know, guys, if you guys want to see Gran Turismo. I have stopped playing the game for a while due to this minor inconvenience, or major inconvenience actually, because it's the only reason why I race. But I am planning to try get it fixed. I don't plan on getting a new wheel because those are expensive, but I do plan on getting it fixed, doing it myself at home, trying to fix it. Anyway, getting back to the race. Still in P4, Alonso pulling away. He was on the medium, so I kind of suspected. Whoa. I kind of suspected that he was going to be faster in the corners, maybe not on the straightaway, but I also knew that his tires were going to wear a lot faster than mine, so he was going to see a loss of grip pretty soon, as we are entering lap 10, I believe. There you go, yep, lap 10. And clouds are still forming in the back, so I do not know when the rain arrives. I believe it was lap 12, yeah, lap 12 here now. You can see just some droplets coming in, not anything huge, but that'll just be the beginning of the, I guess, torrential rain in this race. It was like God was in the sky and he was crying, I guess, or I don't know, man. It was just terrible rain. But I am in P3 now because Alonso has pitted. As I said before, his wheels were going to wear out faster than mine as he was on the medium. So now all of us are on the hards. Piastri into the pit. I believe he's going to try to undercut us by a little bit. As you can see, my grip is starting to be affected by the duration or the wear on the tires, and also the factor of rain in this race already. Not that much, but you'll start to feel it in the races as your tires also wear as well. As right here, I get a little squirmish on the exit and on the entry of that corner, of that chicane. As he says, no tire concerns at the moment. I knew he was kind of bull crapping me there, because I could obviously feel it. As you can see there, I checked the rain radar, and he says that in the next 15 minutes it's going to get heavier. I did not know when to pit for inters. I was thinking to go in a lap earlier, which I should have done because I would have had the undercut on them. But as you'll see, my race doesn't pan out as I wanted it to. I also did switch up a couple things on in the paddock on my car. The different, oh, right here. Did I get a penalty? I do get a penalty right there. 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. That was another thing that kind of caught me off guard. I did not know where to pit in this race, and I didn't know what the speed was, so I ended up getting a 10-second penalty here. But I pit to mediums. I should have pitted to inters. I should have, but I didn't. So now we're going to have to come in to make a stop again in the next couple of laps to pin to inters. Now here, I come out P7 just in front of Alonso with fresh mediums, even though I'm going to have to pit to inters pretty soon. That was a dumb mistake for me. But we're going to have to serve that 10-second penalty, which is also going to hurt us. So I thought maybe get it over with so I can focus on the race and not focus on when I have to go in for the pit. And I believe, I do not know if it was at the end of this lap or a couple laps down the line where I do go into the pit. And it was 2 laps later on lap 16 where I did pit, and it was under the VSC. Yeah, there you go. As you can see, someone died on the track or something like that. Something happened. But the safety car was out, so I decided it was a good time to pit to inters, make sure I did put inters, and I make sure I didn't get another penalty. So drove under. I'm going to have to serve this penalty right now, which is gonna hurt me and cost me some time. So you can boys there. The Ferrari boys just waiting for this 10-second penalty to be over, and they're just saying hi, telling me good luck, telling me how stupid I am. And there we go. I didn't pit to inters. I pitted to mediums, and that was my mistake again. So now, besides already pitting twice in almost 2 laps, I'm gonna have to pit again to go in for inters. As you can see right here, I'll set the next tires to be inters. Coming out P16, right in front of Hulkenberg and right behind Albon. I had to slow my pace down to match the delta. Hopefully not getting that penalty. And the rain is now coming down a little heavier, as you can see. My car just giving little specks of rain there on the car. And also the safety car right there in the middle of the track. I don't know what he's doing. He's probably clearing something up. But yeah, I did feel a loss of grip, even though these tires are fresh. They were cold, they were fresh, but they're not meant for rain. So eventually, was it under the safety car? I believe it was under the safety car. I pitted with the rest of the cars, but not before this moment right here, where it says Kimmy's out, and as you'll see on the right side of this chicane here, you'll see Kimmy facing the wall. And I don't know what happened to him, but apparently he wanted to meet the wall and DNF in this race, and he did just that. He accomplished it. So congratulations to Kimmy there. Now still behind the safety car, catching up with the safety car queue on lap 19. This was a long race. I was pretty tired by the end of this race because I was struggling. It was hot that day, so in my house it was probably like 80 degrees, 85 degrees or something like that. It was pretty hot in here. And as you see right there, I lock up my brakes and try not to slam into Stroll, even though he deserved it, because I just hate him. No, I'm just kidding. The worst driver ever. We keep on going, catching up to the safety car. I did not know if I wanted to pit under the safety car, even catching up to the queue, because I know I have done it before and I haven't caught up to the queue. Costed me the race as well. Thank you to all the, also thank you for everybody on the last race who, well, not only watched it, but also subscribed. I thank a lot of you guys for subscribing. It really means a lot. I try to put out every 2 days a video, and it's a lot of work. Not only playing these games is like an hour of videoing, but also the video itself, the editing, it takes a long time. So just thank you guys for those who have been watching, who have subscribed, who have liked. Thank you, all of you, for that. As you see, I almost got another penalty there, and I pit this time 4 inters. So now we're on the inters. Now we're in the race, as is everybody else. And I should have done it before, but I didn't. Anyway, moving fast forward past the safety car, because we've been in this safety car for a long time already. For a couple laps now, I have been behind Behrman. I went from, I believe it was P somewhere in the teens. I can't remember. It's probably like P15. I came down to 10th as I caught up with the pack, and you see the 2 Williams bros behind me. About one's about a quarter of a second behind me. The other one is about a second. And I have been behind Oliver Behrman for a couple laps now. So I was trying to push as hard as I can without wrecking my car and overall DNFing in this race. I still wanted to solidify a good result, but I just in these wet conditions I could not do it. I had sit in 10th place for a while in this race, and eventually, I believe, did I pass him? I think so. Around the later laps, coming into like the lap 30s, I think. Right here, I get close to him on the second to last turn, or the third to last turn, I guess. I get a good exit out. I hit the overtake knowing I'm pretty much as close as I can be behind him. And I tried to shoot for the overtake here because I was tired of being behind him. And as Artion Senna once said, if you don't go for a gap, you're no longer a racing driver. So, with that mentality and that in mind, I shot for the gap and it was successful. So now we are in P9, focusing up on Sonoda and Alonso up in front. We only have around 9 laps left in this race, so I wasn't really positive that I would get a really good result, or at least a podium. But somewhere maybe I was pushing for a P6, P7 in this race, just to get the points down, make sure that doing as best as we possibly can, pushing as hard as we can in this race. And like I said, I have to build on my skills in the rain. I haven't really practiced much in the rain. I really rather drive in dry conditions, but I know it is going to come up where I'm going to have to race in wet conditions. So I am learning how to what brake bias I have to have, differential, also pressure on brakes and the accelerator in turns too. I'm learning all of this stuff as I go in these races, and I hope you can learn something from this video too. Not just purely entertainment, but learning something from this race, taking something from this race. Whether that's how to race these maps or something like that. Obviously I'm not the best, but I consider myself somewhat of a decent driver. Anyway, I avoided wing damage for a couple laps, so that brought up my awareness, which is good because now I guess there was some sort of update in the game, so these drivers' ratings got reset or changed a little bit to fit the real drivers in these cars. And so now a couple of my driver I guess attributes went down. I believe my focus and my experience went down a little bit. As you can see, I'm trying to just drive on the dry line as that's forming here in the rain. Because if you just go off a little bit off this line and you hit the wet spots, it really messes up your traction on the track. So I'm really trying to hit all these goals in the process of racing. Trying to catch up to Sonoda here. You can see him right there just around the corner, around this corner at least. I get on the power somewhat decently. I don't spin out as much as right there. As you can see, I try to flick the car a little bit to correct it. And I'm just pushing here. Still 4 seconds and 8 seconds behind Alonso, so I didn't have much hope for this race. I was thinking maybe I was gonna stay in 9th place, finish the race in 9th. I was just really pushing the car to its limits. As I said before, I fixed the car a little bit so it doesn't blow up on me mid-race. I know we got a few more races left here in the season. I don't believe we're going to be able to make champions unless Max Verstappen has a heart attack and doesn't race anymore. But that's not a possibility in this game. Yeah, in this game at least. So, coming to lap 32, I am now caught up to Sonoda, and this put a lot of hope in my eyes to get at least P8 and not be P9, a position before the last position for points. So I was pushing here to catch up to Sonoda. Of course, I had a few errors as I was pushing because I was really sweating here trying to push and catch up with him, overtake him. I was saving my battery for the long straights, trying to maximize my car's potential here on the straights, the speed and the power of this car. Although people say this thing is a brick that does not want to move, I personally like the car, even though it is kind of slow on the straights and it does wear a lot. This car just, man, the amount of durability, like I guess points I need to put into durability to upgrade the durability on this car is absolutely insane. But it does get me through these races and past the finish line at least. I don't have to DNF. I can't say it's always put me on pole, but as you see there, I push Sonoda to the inside. I overtake him on the straight, and that's another goal smash for Racecraft there. And I start to pull away from him as my battery is draining a lot. As you can see, Alonso there, 5 seconds ahead. He's already turning there. I was thinking maybe in the next 2 laps I could probably catch up to him. I won't be able to be in front of the McLaren boys for this race, so my rivalry is still going to continue as they get a couple points in this race, and I lose a couple in this race. Although, in the next race, I believe, that one was... I really liked that race. But this race, I struggled a lot in. Fast forward to the last lap. Lap 35, the final lap. I end up catching up to Alonso. He's in front of me by 2 seconds, and I was really pushing this lap because I felt like I could really catch up to him if I just drove correctly and just maximized the potential on this car and maximized my track limits. As you'll see, I ended up kind of sliding everywhere in this lap. Not really crashing out, but just a little too much on the accelerator, a little too much oversteer, understeer, or oversteer mainly, and a little over acceleration. As I was trying to maximize, you can see right there in that one corner alone, I managed to knock down 4/10 of a second. I was really trying to push for this car, and I broke as much as I could here, trying to still stay on the racing line, not to get a penalty for exceeding track limits. Coming to this long straight to this hairpin to round out the final straight into the next chicane. I am behind Alonso by about 1 second, and I knew here that I wasn't going to be able to catch him as he pulled off. I couldn't really get traction in that in the exit of that corner. So with this race concluding lap 35 and about 50 minutes of driving in, we will get a not really good, but to me it was okay, solid piece, 8. I knew I could have done better in this race. The rain was a factor that really hurt me in this race. Yeah, as you can see there, Charles was stating the truth right there. This race is really... but I did eventually get in driver of the day. Max won this race. I kind of enjoyed this race. The rain was fun to go up against it, really. And I hope you guys enjoy this race as well. Enjoy the videos too. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.